unproductive people. I'm Zeemzilla, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing very important topics. So the topics in today's video are personal development and downtime optimization. So if you watch my previous video, I talked about some time waste sins, like some of the biggest wastes of our time. So in this video, we're going to be discussing personal development and how to nourish that. So personal development is literally the enrichment of your personal self. You can live life passively or you can live life actively. Now, if you want to live life actively, what you need to do is you need to have a destination. You need to have a North Star. If you have no goal, then you have no direction. So the point of this video is to get you guys thinking about things that you may be passionate about or goals that you may want to achieve. And what I'm here to do is to show you how to achieve them. Downtime optimization, what is that? So if you look at any person throughout a typical day, the typical person has 4 to 5 hours of time that they're just wasting doing nothing. That time is going to TV or the things that I discussed in my time waste sins video. So the point of downtime optimization is to instead use that time for something that will be life enhancing. That's why I call it downtime optimization. So instead of watching TV when you get home, downtime optimization would be like reading an hour of a book or working on some personal skill that you would like to develop as a person. So just to give you guys some perspective on the importance of time, time is the one thing that you cannot get back. Every second that you spend is a second that will never be returned to you. Now, money and time are completely different. People have the mindset of spending time to make money, but that's backwards. That's what society teaches you. Society wants you to waste all your time working for money, when instead you should be using your time to invest in yourself, to teach yourself skills that can bring value to the world. And once you provide that value, that is when money comes to you. So it is your duty to use your time to develop yourself to the best of your abilities so that you can live a carefree life, because no one wants to be working forever. That's why you need to work on yourself if you want to achieve wealth. And if you don't want to achieve wealth, nothing against you, but a lot of people are tired of working 9 to 5, but I digress. So thinking, okay, how do I find things to optimize my time? What you need to do is you need to sit down and you need to identify the roles that you have. So if you're a worker, that's a role. If you're a student, that's a role. If you're a parent, that's a role. What you need to do though is you need to identify your roles, then you need to set goals in each one of those roles. Now, what this does, setting goals in that role, that gives you a template to work on. So say for example, if you wanted to learn how to code, for example, that's a very valuable skill that can bring you money if you take it seriously. So what you could do is, instead of looking at it from the start and think okay, coding is very complicated, I'm not going to waste my time with this. What if instead you invested 1 to 2 hours a day of coding? Now, that sounds small at first, but over the course of a couple months, that time invested couples, and now you have a new skill that will never leave you. So imagine if you spend 2 hours a day learning to code instead of 2 hours a day watching TV or Netflix. 6 months down the line, you now have a new valuable skill. Now that valuable skill can bring you money, it can bring you fame, whatever you want to use it for. So it doesn't have to be coding too, it can be any skill that you're interested in. So the point is to use your downtime to explore things that you're curious in, because when you explore curiosity, that is what will lead you to your passion. People struggle finding their passion simply because they aren't trying anything. You have to get out there, you have to try new things, and to find and figure out what you're passionate about. There's tons of videos on YouTube of people talking about this, but I tend on being different because I want to force you to take action. I'm sick and tired of bringing the bucket to the horse, but the horse not drinking the water. I'm going to take the horse's head, I'm going to shove in the fucking bucket and make it drink the water, guys. So get to work, take action. Do not sit by idly wasting your time. The more time you have, the better. So if you're young, if you're 16, 17 watching this video, good, because you have a head start. There comes a point in life where you can't do this because you have too many responsibilities, like a family and work. So Start as young as possible. Start optimizing your time. You guys have to recognize and realize this, that you are the controller of your own destiny. How you spend your time determines where you end up. You are where you are right now as a result of your previous habits. So, you know, in order to get to where you want to, you need to develop effective habits. And if you want to develop effective habits, you need to identify those habits, and you also need to allocate time to each of those habits. Now, some of the things that I use my downtime optimization for: on most of my downtime, I'm either listening to an audiobook, because, you know, reading is very important. Reading increases your self-awareness. Reading makes you a much more competent person. So, you know, reading, that's a great start for downtime optimization, because the more you learn, the more you see. So reading's a great thing to optimize on your downtime, or like any skill. So like, I make YouTube videos on my downtime. While I'm making YouTube videos, I'm also improving on my video editing skills. You know, there will always be an area for improvement, guys. You just have to identify that area, set a mark, and you need to achieve a target. If you live life idly by, the years will fly and you will wonder, what the hell have I done with my life? You do not want to be in this situation. That's why now is the wake-up call. Take action, get out there, optimize your time. In the future, I'm going to be making a video on how to manage your time with a very effective tool. The goal of this video is to get you guys thinking about the bigger picture. You know, don't look at a year as, you know, something that you got to make it through. Think of like an upcoming year as a year for you to develop a skill. So like, back to the example of spending 1 to 2 hours a day learning a new skill. You know, if you spend that time over the course of 6 months, that skill will never leave you. It's like learning to swim. When you learn to swim, you can literally save your own life, prevent yourself from drowning. Think of like learning a new skill as like that. Like, you want to enrich yourself with skills. You want to increase your skill set, because the more skills you have to offer, the better you are. You know, it's simple, guys. You know, you have to put in the time. You got to put in the work. It's not going to come easy. You just got to get started, get grinding. You know, the hardest step to take is that first step. But I guarantee you, once you take that first step, the next one will follow, and it'll snowball. You know, the more time you spend on something, the more comfortable you are at doing that thing. But yeah, that's all for today. Look out for my next video, where I'll be talking about time management. But yeah, if you found any value from today's video, leave a like and subscribe. I'm Zeemzilla, and I'm out. Peace.